Am I audible? Everyone on the back? Perfect. Okay. So my name is Parth, and I represent Greko India. I'm the director of the company. Uh, I know I might look fairly young for a director, but yeah, let us talk about the company first, and then I can obviously talk about Greece and the Golden Visa. Obviously, you've been here for quite some time, and you have done your research, and that is the reason why you've chosen the platform of IREX to be here and understand the entire setup. So my company started 5 years back, Greko India, and we have real estate in our blood. I have real estate in my blood. My father runs a real estate company for the past 27 years, and it was but obvious for it to come into me and for me to take it forward. So over those 5 years, we've had a lot of experiences and a lot of exposures to a lot of things. And being of Indian origin ourselves, we realized as a company that what are the pain points and what are the limitations that all Indians can have when it comes to investing abroad. Because when it came to investing abroad, it was a gray line. All of us used to spend probably in selective countries. And now is the time to diversify our portfolio. Now is the time to have a second residency. Now is the time to secure your next base. Because in today's changing times, you never know what is possible, how it's going to go about. And, in a war situation, you require some sort of security, not just for yourself, but for your family. So, keeping all of those things in mind, we gathered all our knowledge, we made our connections, we understood what the system is like in Greece. We took about 4 years, and then that's when we realized that now is the time to take the next big step. Enough is enough of promoting just golden visas developed by all the esteemed partners over here. But it's now time to develop our own projects, our own properties, and that's where I, ladies and gentlemen, announce that Greko India is the first Indian origin company to have real estate developments in Greece. Thank you. So, moving forward, this one, right? I think it's what. So the foundation of the company. We, as Greco India, focus on three major elements: communication, transparency, and trust. And over the period of time, we have developed and gained that experience. Just so you know, we have an office in India as well, and we have two offices in Athens and in a place called Kipisia. So when it comes to communication, it is very, very important for Indians specifically, because majority of the crowd is Indian, so I'm going to be catering to all of you over here, that there needs to be clarity given to the Indians as to what they're spending, why they're spending, and what is the value that they'll get out of what they're spending. Keeping all those details in mind, we were very clear that we need to operate as a company that is very, very focused and has an eye for detail. And that's when I realized that it is easy, and it just takes those small steps, those small things. Everyone's talking about the Greece Golden Visa. Everyone knows what Greece is, all of that. And they will eventually get to know. If not through me, if not through any other developer or any other partner, you'll get to know through AI. You'll get to know through Google, right? But eventually, you need that human touch. You need that understanding. And that's where I realized that there needs to be a simple pathway. Let's answer all the small, simple questions. First question: what is the Greece Golden Visa? All mentioned, all of us can come to our stall. We are at A17, and we can hand this over to you for easy understanding and explanation of what the program is, what are the zone categories, and how to go about it. A lot of us are quick decision makers, and we want a step by step process structured out to us in sync. We might have to talk to our family members to discuss, because it's a big thing getting a home. There's a saying in Hindi कि घर एक ही बारी बनाते हैं अपने अपने खुद का. And specifically when I'm promoting and I'm selling a second residency, it is important to not just give all of you the time, but also give you the clarity. And that's why I have another pager that talks about the steps, 5 basic steps of how you can get your golden visa simply explained. A lot of us also don't realize is that this is operating in Greece and we need to have some jurisdiction coming in place. And in order to make this experience hassle-free, we've hired one of the best law offices in Greece, and we've explained to you what is the role of the Greek lawyer. What is the scope of work of the Greek lawyer? A lot of us are in the shadow, not knowing what to go about, how to do things. Is it specifically something that I need to get about? And because it's all the bureaucracy and all the paperwork that stops us, that tells us, okay, maybe I don't want to do that extra step. That's where our company comes in place and tells, okay, hand it over to us, be assured, and we will ensure that everything is smooth, simple for all of you. Furthermore, comes the point, what is the taxation? What is the taxation on the property purchase? How much will I earn when I purchase the property? What will be the ROI I get? That's why I have all the details mentioned in another pager, easily for all of you to understand simple language. What are the overhead costs directly mentioned in this one pager? For the investment under the 250,000 euros bracket, for the 400,000 euro bracket, and the 800,000 euro bracket. So, as much as you would have heard me, you would have realized that my company, and specifically I, really operate on communication and transparency. And I really want that, even if I do less, I don't mind, but I want to do good. I want to be remembered for being good to all of us who plan to go through me or just interact with me even once. So, moving ahead, let's talk about, you did realize why I'm mentioning communication and transparency, because it's a gray area. Sometimes language becomes an issue, and that's where an Indian origin company comes into picture, right? Sometimes everyone is not able to travel to Greece and not able to understand what they're investing into. That's where our company comes into the place. We've invested heavily in virtual reality technology. So in case any of you don't want to visit Greece or cannot visit Greece because of your work permits or work restrictions, we can offer you a full display of how your room or your bedroom or your apartment or your villa is going to look like, how is the view going to be like through virtual reality at the comfort of being at your home. Moving forward, as we are going more towards technology, we realize that trust is such a big factor, specifically with Indians. And trust can only be gained with Indians or with anyone in this world when everything is coming through honesty, everything is specified, and there's nothing hidden. So my father, who's the company CEO, Mr. Wadhera, he has always told us, all of us in the company, we have a company strength of, including both Athens office and India office, about 25 people, including salespeople and other representatives, human resources, and so on and so forth. You know it all, right? Who all are there. So he always told us that it's important to have a vision, but it's even more important to execute the same. Keeping all of that in mind, we need to ensure as a company that we not just build on the vision, but get the execution done as well. And that's where we realize that we need to be tapping into all those small sectors, all those small details, or pay attention to all those minute details that could release the hassle for the customer, for the client. No questions unturned. All questions answered now, right now. So moving forward, Greko India is not just into real estate. We have also expanded our horizons across multiple other sectors, whether it's F&B, whether it is yachting industry, whether it is hospitality, or it is something like construction and even a CSR initiative of having tie-up with a Greek NGO, tree plantation NGO. So this is the company umbrella. So Greko India is now expanding in every sector, and we want to have is what I call the house of Greko India. So Oikdomin is the construction company that will help us as developers in Greece to construct the entire properties. They have about 30 years of experience, and they will ensure that whatever you require, we also utilize this software and this possibility that in case you require specific material, specific type of taste you want in your house, in your home, specific appliances, we can provide that as well. Athenian Yachts is a yachting company that was established in 1980. We've got the exclusive partnership rights for all of Asia to promote sale and purchase of yachts, to promote chartering across Greece, because I'm not sure if everyone knows this or not, but Greece has 6,000 islands. I feel it's humanly impossible to cover each of these islands. But at the comfort of a yacht, anyone who loves the sea would love the journey of going through a yacht journey. Moving forward, we've got the master franchisee from Mikhail, which is a British Greek coffee company. And it's already in 19 countries, including the US, Canada, various parts of Europe. And it's now coming eastwards into Southeast Asia. And it's starting with us. We'll be launching our brand in the month of January in the new year in Delhi NCR. We have the plan and the vision to have about 500 stores in the next 3.5 years. We For All, like I mentioned, is a tree plantation NGO, again, present in 25 plus countries, where we plant not just trees, but we also utilize the funds collected through tree plantation in other CSR activities further ahead. Just the way we have Chamber of Commerce, the Indian Chamber of Commerce, I have now joined the Indian Chamber of Commerce as a member. We have also signed a partnership deed with the Chamber of Commerce in Corinthia. Corinthia is an upcoming region and location in Greece, which invites not just investors of Corinthia to invest in India, but also Indian businessmen to invest in Greece. Coming to the pointers of the golden visa and why it is important to invest now. See, while I started the conversation telling you that, it needs to be done at your convenience, at your comfort, what I do want to bring to your light is that a top secret. Greece, and specifically Europe, when things start to work for them, you never know when they're going to close it. That's why in the past 4 years, the law has changed 4 times in Greece, and the restrictions and the golden visa requirements and regulations have changed multiple times. So we have some insider news that, this golden visa might not be available for long. Multiple other European countries have already stopped selling golden visas basis investment in real estate. Greece is now the only country, and probably the only developed country, to have real estate investments promoted at the cost of 250,000 euros, which roughly comes around 2.5 CR. Now, don't see this as a real estate investment. You can see this as an investment in permanent residency, a lifestyle to Europe, a lifestyle that lets not just you, but your generation, 3 generations, your generation, your parents, and your kids who are under the age of 21, all of them get covered with this, and all of them get the same benefits. Visa-free travel all across the Schengen, education benefits for your kids, today's security, and the lifestyle that you can provide to your elderly parents or you yourself, or tomorrow if you want to just relocate, it's the most ideal location. Because when we think of Greece, we think of health. When we think of Greece, we think of vibrancy. And let me tell you, Greece is not just what you see on Google or whatever that has been portrayed. It's not just the islands of Santorini and Mykonos with the blue seas and the beachfront villas. It's much more than that. Athens is so much more beautiful. It's one of my favorite locations. I probably see myself dying over there. I'm so much in love with that city. Because just tell me this, where do you get this? That from the center of the city, if you drive 1.5 hours up northwards, you reach the mountains. And if you drive half an hour southwards from the city center, you're at the beach. Where do you get that lifestyle? Right? And that sort of a diversification, that sort of a, and then, Indians specifically relate a lot to Greeks because, see, since I've been operating in the company for the past 5 years, I can understand across, because of multiple brands and partnerships, that, there are so many links between Greeks and Indians. There is such a big variety of vegetarian food that we eat. I might speak in a little bit of Hindi, but ये लोग बहुत सारा भिंडी भी खाते हैं, बैंगन भी खाते हैं, और बहुत सारा vegetarian option भी है. Today's time when we are expanding and moving a lot towards vegan and vegetarian options, तो वो भी बहुत सारी available हैं यहाँ पर. Seafood है, it's famous because 6,000 islands, so seafood is always fresh. Hospitality is in their blood. I know they have gone through recessions. I know they have gone through a lot of downtime, but they have never lost their their feeling of being hospitable, the feeling of giving to the. I mean, I can just give you a fact, and you'll realize that right now there are no direct flights to Greece from India, mind you. Despite Indians make so much. It's the most populated country after all. So we make so much more of the population, percentage of the population. Without us having a lot of exposure to Greece, I mean, can everyone just quickly raise their hands, whoever has traveled to Greece ever? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you see, so a lot of people have not traveled to Greece, but still, this country, which had a population of about 10.5 million in 2024, had tourists visiting about 40.4 million. That's so many times their population. Imagine when direct flights begin, just an insider information, direct flights begin in March 2026 directly from Athens and from Mumbai and Delhi directly to Athens daily. You are going to see the boom of this country even more because we Indians, when we travel big. Uh, Moving forward, when it comes to real estate, it is really, really important to understand what you're investing into. And what better asset to own than real estate? Because it holds your money, the capital appreciates, and more importantly, it's also about the currency you're going to be earning the income in. Whatever the ROI is, 4% to 6%, if I talk to you about specifically a safe range to play with all across Athens, you need to see your income is in euros. You'll have a European bank account. You'll have your income coming up in euros, and then you can circulate the same income going forward. You need to realize that it's not just your capital that's appreciating, it's also your currency. Clients who bought golden visas and properties through us last year bought it at the rate when euro was about 87 rupees, and now it's about 102. So they're already so happy that more than the capital appreciation, they're already getting currency appreciation. So this becomes a future point of view. This becomes a point that you never know when this program stops, right? And this is an investment that I feel is not something that has too many barriers or too many restrictions, because real estate can definitely have a really good resale value. We have an entire Excel sheet, and I can explain it better with the Excel sheet on our booth. What are the kind of capital appreciations we have seen over the years in the country that gives all of you investors and wealth managers, agents, and who all are ever are present over here, the confidence to invest in a location that you've not seen. And I'm sure once direct flights start, when more people from India start traveling to Greece, you'll realize how beautiful this country is, how much this country has to offer, and more than anything, in today's world, more than take, this country has to give. I'm not going to speak further long because I have all the details and I have all of you already interested. I can see all of you are smiling, and that's my biggest win, that all of you are happier now. So we will catch up at my stall at A17 inside the hall, and I would like to actually leave you with a thought that keeps you thinking. Robert Kiyosaki, the man who wrote Rich Dad Poor Dad. So a lot of EB5 people here, so you would know who he is, right? He said, it's not how much money you make, but how much money you keep and how many generations you keep it for. Keep that thought in mind, think over it, and I'm sure you'll be able to make the right decision. Thank you.